Greetings everyone, and welcome to the Mega Man issue 48 review. This is it, the final issue of the Mega Man 3 arc. We've had intense battles, betrayal, emotional impact, resolution, and wasted potential. Now Mega Man must stop Wily from using Gamma to take over the world. Our story begins with Wily in control of the giant robot and Mega Man and Rush flying out of the way. As Mega Man fires, he tells Wily that Gamma was meant to help people. Wily responds that he will use it to help people. Under his rule, of course. So we get Mega Man flying around trying to damage Gamma with various Robot Master weapons. Which brings us into another flashback with Mega Man and Dr. Light. This time discussing Gamma's specifications. And look! Light has the right diagram this time. The conversation boils down to this. If Wily hasn't weaponized Gamma, Mega Man might have a chance to find a weak point and stop the giant robot. That's exactly what Mega Man's trying to do in the present, with no success. Mega Man freezes Gamma with Time Stopper so that he can find a weakness, but the energy runs out and Gamma resumes its attack. Said attacks are destroying Wily Castle 3. Mega Man calls Wily out on this, but Wily doesn't care because he's safe inside Gamma. All Mega Man and Rush can do is dodge the attacks. Mega Man's thoughts about delivering the energy elements straight to Wily leads to the idea of just getting rid of the elements to stop Gamma. Unfortunately, these thoughts distract Mega Man enough that he didn't notice one of Gamma's hands coming for him. This has Rush pushing him out of the way and getting grabbed instead. Despite the lack of mobility, Mega Man still remains on Gamma, especially after the fight goes outside. Thanks, Metal Blades. But Mega Man's hand slips and he ends up in Gamma's other hand. Somehow, Mega Man uses Hard Knuckle to break free of the hand and rams into one of the mouth joints. With the energy elements exposed, Mega Man fires Search Snake to dislodge them. And just like that, Gamma falls over and Wily's newest plan is foiled. Wait a minute, are those glass shards in Wily's head? Anyway, due to the battle, Castle debris starts falling and Wily seemingly gets crushed. More debris then falls and traps Mega Man. Breakman teleports in and assumes Wily's done for. Then he sees Mega Man under the rubble and Rush still trapped in the arm. What will the Red Robot do? We cut back to the ruins of Light Labs where Light declares that he will rebuild his lab and his personal life with his family. The group hears Rush's barks and they find the robot dog and Mega Man lying on the ground. He explains that he had to destroy Gamma to stop Wily and witnessed Wily's demise. He also said he fought Breakman but couldn't bring him home. Dr. Light's relieved that Breakman's still alive and decides to let Breakman come home on his own terms and not force the issue on him. And Breakman's within earshot. So what does he do? Yep, letting them know he's around and teleports away. Mega Man thanks Breakman for bringing him home. Back at the remains of Wily Castle 3, an army of Racer X cosplayers dig through the rubble and locate the still alive Dr. Wily. This lady in charge is pleased because, in her words, Mr. X has plans for Dr. Wily. Before I touch on the last page, let's talk about the ending of this arc. I will say that this issue is much better than the previous one, and it's a good finale overall. Mega Man's attempt to take out Gamma with various weapons. I didn't mind it. He figured at least one weapon could penetrate Gamma's armor. Gamma's ultimate defeat by removing the energy elements. It makes sense in the context of the comic. I should point out that Search Snake is one weakness of Gamma Phase 2. Here's the other, more infamous weakness. Yep, Topspin. They could have at least made a reference to the weapon in the issue. Some people might be thinking, why didn't Mega Man send Search Snake into the mouth without forcing it wide open? From what I've read, it's actually the fault of the artist. According to Ian Flynn, Gamma's design was supposed to resemble its game form, the mouth actually being part of the chest, and it became the mouth when Wily installed the control cap. This problem extends all the way back to issue 36, so it's not just the fault of this artist. Breakman saving Mega Man. It's pretty much from the game. Even the dialogue's the same. More on Breakman in a moment. The ending with Light and his family is full of emotional cooldown. They've been through a lot and lost so much, but Light said it best. We still have each other. As long as we have that, everything else is immaterial. This is actually a good message to any family who survived a disaster. Breakman's change is definitely happening. He's not quite against Wily yet, but he's starting to be less antagonistic to his family. Him letting them know he was around via whistling is more likely his version of an olive branch. And that's after he heard Dr. Light say that he won't control when he returns. So, this group that rescued Dr. Wily at the end. I think we're getting a new villain faction in the book. So, that makes the current roster Dr. Wily, the Emerald Spears, and these guys. This woman here. First, we'll call her Miss Y. And second, hardcore fans will recognize her from this image by Hideki Ishikawa. According to what I could look up, she was described as Wily's assistant. But here, she's Mr. X's assistant. Mr. X himself was actually foreshadowed way back in issue 7 on this poster in the agent's office. He's also a character in the games. Now, for those who haven't played or seen Mega Man 6, skip to this time now because spoilers. Okay? Well, in Mega Man 6, Mr. X is actually Dr. Wily. Yeah, kind of a lame disguise. Does this mean that in the comics Mr. X is going to be a separate person? Maybe Wily takes his place at some point. Or Wily has set up the persona a long time ago. We'll find out at some point. The art here, besides the aforementioned Gamma, is better than previous issues. I don't know what it is, but it's actually pretty good. I'll go ahead and give this story an 8 for a decent battle, emotional fallout, and setting up a future plot point. Next time, it's the penultimate issue before Mega Man enters the crossover with Sonic. Again. Until then, have a good day, and be safe.